Stay connected to your community and save. Just 99 cents a month gets you 3 months of unlimited access to Inform.com. Visit Inform.com/subscribe and get your first 3 months of news for only 99 cents a month.
Do you happen to know these people at a 1957 party on the prairie? Hi, this is Tracy Briggs, and welcome to Back Then. Well, the scene nearly marinates in Americana. It's summertime. The men wear straw hats to keep the strong sun away from their already weathered faces. A grandma in a floral dress sits beside a toddler on some kind of mini tricycle. On the left side of the photo, a watermelon sits on a table, probably just moments away from being sliced. Behind the group are farm buildings, a windmill, and a grassy prairie. We can assume a lot about this photo based on the clothing, landscape, and car. You would probably guess on your own that it was taken in the 1950s. Fortunately, the date imprinted at the bottom of the photo confirms it. It was developed in July of 1957. But the question remains, who are these people? And why are we writing a story about them? Or recording a podcast about them? The mystery of the photo began with Diane Wiesenborn, an employee of the Fargo Public Library. She purchased a used book from the library's Friends bookstore, but she got more than she bargained for. Tucked within the pages of the book were 2 snapshots, the group photo of the party on the prairie and another one which appears to have been taken around March of 1999. It also registers pretty high in the Americana scale, as it looks kind of like a grandpa perhaps teaching his grandson how to clean a fish. Wiesenborn wants to find the owners of these photos. Unfortunately, she doesn't recall the name of the book from which they were found, and there's no way to track down who donated that book. So she reached out to us at the forum to see if we could help find some answers. She said, "I thought you might enjoy this little mystery. I just hope these aren't the only existing copies of these photos that the family had. If they are, we would love to give them back to you." Now, of course, in the story that you can read online here, I ask you, do you recognize these photos? And if you do, you can email me at tracy.briggs@formcom.com. But, of course, in audio, in a podcast, we can only do so much. So I would just urge you to go to my story at inform.com and look at these 2 photos. And who knows, maybe you know who these people are. They're pretty cool photos, especially the one from 1957. And what is kind of cool is the one final clue about that photo from 1957. In the center of the photo, there's a tall man with a dark shirt and khaki pants. Well, look down. There's actually a person popping his or her head out through his legs near that tall man's kneecaps. And I say his or her. We think it's a guy. We're not too sure. I asked some people I work with, Tammy Swift and John Lamb, and we think it's a man. But no matter what he or she is, it was clearly a pretty wild party, and this person was clearly the life of it. So we really want to find the owners of this photo, just so we can maybe even meet this jokester. So again, go to my story at inform.com and just take a peek at the photos. If you happen to know where these were taken, who these people are, just shoot me an email, tracy.briggs@formcom.com. And thanks for joining me on Back Then. Hope you catch me next time.
Get reliable and accurate local news with Inform.com. Inform.com is your trusted local news source with journalists dedicated to keeping you informed about what's happening in your community. Visit Inform.com now.